What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Career Mode with Wrexham. This is episode number 22, and we are beginning our life in League One today with Wrexham. Obviously, the season kicked off in the last episode. We had a transfer special where a lot of outgoings and incomings as well. We made 6 signings, 2 permanent transfers, 3 players brought in through the free agency market, and 1 on loan as well. I felt like we've improved the squad for sure. The players that we've brought in are the highest rated players in the squad, which is needed because we're up in a division. The challenge is, of course, going to be harder. But I feel like we've also brought in a good mix of experience and youth. Jewison Bennett is the epitome of youth, but with potential. 69 rated, 20 years old. He is our starting left winger. Baleba brought in on loan again from Brighton. He's now up to 72. And then the likes of Tom Bradshaw, Alex Pritchard, and Cyrus Christie brought in on the free transfer market. And then we also signed Josh Earl, the centre-back from Fleetwood. So going into the first game, I feel like we're quite well prepared. I'm a bit concerned, though, because Rotherham away is our first game. We face the side who were relegated from the Championship last season. We played them last season in the Carabao Cup and we lost to them just about, but we gave them a good go. And obviously they possess in their midfield the former Wrexham midfielder Jordan Davis, which he starts actually as well. When we played them in the Cup, he didn't play, he didn't feature, but he starts for them today. Hey, look, Rotherham, one of the favourites for the League One title. Let's have it. Let's bring on the challenge straight off the bat. We go with the 4-3-3 formation like we did last season with Baleba, Lee and Evans, the midfield 3. 5 debutants, Bennett, Christie, Earl, all new signings. Lloyd in goal. He is going to be my number 1 shot stopper as he, right on cue, he's making some saves already. And then Baleba making his second debut for us on loan once again from Brighton. Pritchard and Bradshaw are on the bench. As the game started, we actually started quite well. Dominating possession, forcing the Rotherham keeper into a smart save quite close on. But then Rotherham grew into the game and Lloyd was being called into action time and time again, making his 3rd save here. But unfortunately, the hosts get on the rebound and give themselves a 1-0 lead going into half-time. And then just a couple minutes into the second half, well, a good chance for them to make it 2, but their striker drives the shot wide of the post and they are on top form right now. I was struggling to keep them out of our half, to even keep any sort of possession, and the hosts would double their lead shortly after that miss. And all of a sudden, we were 2-0 down in this one and trying to find a way back into it. And Carlos Baleba, just shy of the hour mark, would actually hit the bar here. Really nice curling effort from the loanee, but his shot comes crashing off the woodwork and we remain 2-0. And then with 15 minutes to go, after a few subs, Nom finds his way through into the box and seals the game here, 3-0. And then deep into injury time, they're on the break again. Davis, the former Wrexham man, finds Green and Rotherham get their 4th. And I'll be honest, the scoreline doesn't really reflect the game. Rotherham did deserve the win, but I think 4-0 is a bit harsh, but it's a reality check for us. Yes, Rotherham are going to be one of the favourites to go up this season, but this is the sort of level we're going to come up against in this league. We have to be clinical when we get the chances. We're a bit blunt up top. I felt like maybe the new boys were still getting used to their new surroundings, used to their new teammates, but they have to hit the ground running. We can't start slow in this league. Rotherham, on the other hand, were clinical. When they got their chances, they took them, and fair play to them. Few bits of admin before we head into the second game. Ewan O'Connell, he wanted to play last game. I didn't actually play him and he wasn't too happy. And then we reject a bid for James Jones here. He is up for sale, but again, it's an unrealistic destination for him to go to. A couple of bids here, actually. We also make Nathan Lloyd give him the number 1 shirt. I forgot to do that before the last game. So he is the number 1 now. Leighton is not. As we look at the league table, 1 game in, we are bottom after that heavy defeat. Only 3 teams scored more than 1 goal and won, which was quite interesting. Quite a low score in match day 1. Next up, you'll see us face Salford, who obviously got promoted with us last season. They drew their season opener with MK Dons, fellow promoted side as well. They drew 1-1 at home. As you would have seen there as well, Max Cluworth's move to Burton is confirmed. 400k we get for the centre-back. So Second game of the episode is Salford, who we played 3 times last season and we failed to beat them every time. 1 draw, 2 defeats. Can we break that duct today? Funnily enough, actually, we played Salford in the second game of last season as well, and we actually lost 3-0 in that game. That was our home opener as well, our second game of the season. Hopefully our fortunes will change this season. Well, it'd be the perfect start, 10 minutes in, and after a corner comes in from Mendy, it gets headed out, and then he and Christie play a couple of 1-2s. They play catch before the left back swings in a beautiful ball, and Paul Mullin carries on where he left off in the last season and bags our opening goal of the League One campaign. And then Luke Bolton, the former Salford player here, actually had a really good chance to make it 2-0. His shot goes so far wide and high. I mean, we've said it time and time again, we need to improve this guy's shooting because he gets into good positions with his pace, but his finishing hasn't been there. And then in the second half, 20 minutes to go, Salford would find the equaliser. They were pushing, I'll be honest, in the second half. We let off a little bit whilst Salford pushed and I guess deserved the equaliser. I was a bit disappointed that we couldn't go on and find a second goal to give us that cushion. And like we said in the last game, if you don't take your chances, you will be punished. And Salford punished us here for not taking the game by the scruff of the neck and grabbing that second goal. We didn't really create much in the second half, and the visitors come away with a point. So that's 4 times now we've played Salford in this career mode, and we have not beaten them yet. Those are the types of games that I'm wanting to win. Against Rotherham, away from home, against a team that's probably favourite to go up, those are bonus points, but at home around the sides that are going to be around us and are newly promoted, we need to be winning those ones. So we pick up a point against Salford, 1 point from the first 2 games. And then a bit more business done here. We actually get a bid for Sam Dalby from Northampton. We actually eventually agree on a £260,000 fee for the striker. So he will be on his way to Northampton. Happy to see him go. I feel like we're well covered in that striker position. And then Lee Morris comes to us and says that he hopes he can potentially feature in the next game, which he probably will because it's a cup game. But before we get to that game, we're going to make another signing, our 7th of the window and our 4th from the free agency market. Alex Hartridge, formerly of Exeter. He's got bags of experience, left-footed centre-back, 66 rated. Just again, now the Clueworth's gone, he brings some cover in at centre-back as well. So we've got 4 centre-backs again, 4 decently rated centre-backs as well, so I'm quite happy with that area now. I feel like we've improved quite well as we head into the third and final game of the episode, and it is Mansfield in the EFL Cup first round. And you'll see here in the League 2 table, they've started off strongly, 2 games, 2 wins, whereas we have not won a game yet. So we are going to rotate as we always do in the cup competitions. We make 10 changes. Only Mendy keeps his place after the Salford draw. Slight change in formation as well. We go to a 4-2-3-1. I felt like our attack was a bit, like I said in the first game, a bit blunt in those first 2 games. So just want to mix up a little bit, push Pritchard a bit more further up, and then so we do have a front 4 rather than a front 3. And we'll see how it goes. Pritchard playing in that cam position, Bradshaw starting up top. Lee Morris, like he requested, he starts with his brother on the other wing actually. So we have both Morris brothers playing, which is quite cool. And Hartridge comes straight in as well for his debut. He's alongside O'Connell at the back. In the EFL Cup last season, we actually crashed out quite early, so I'm hoping for a bit of a run. Although this game isn't one of the board's objectives, is still a game that I want to do well in. So I'm hoping that we can pick up a win here, as we see here. Alex Hartridge. I'm quite happy with this signing, to be honest. 25 years old as well, still got room to improve, like Josh Earl. I feel like he's a good little pickup from the free agency market. Well, in the first half, it would be the host that would have the better of the possession. Lainton forced into a save, and then they actually did hit the post here. So the pressure was starting to build, but then 5 minutes before half-time, great interception by Morris. He finds Bradshaw, who then finds Morris again, but he forces the keeper into a good save. Ryan Morris, that is, not Lee Morris. And then on the stroke of half-time, we're pressing high again. I quite like this high press. Ryan Morris intercepts the ball. He finds Bradshaw, who then has Pritchard behind him, and Alex Pritchard, with a cracking finish on the weak foot, goes and celebrates with the away fans. And we have a 1-0 lead going into half-time. Those 2 free agency signings, Tom Bradshaw and Alex Pritchard, bit older than, I know we wanted to sign younger players this season, but I wanted a mixture of experience and youth. And I feel like these two are going to be really important for us this season. And they link up here for the opening goal away at Mansfield. We were under the cosh for the first 35, 40 minutes, but we end the half really well and we grab a goal. And then 10 minutes into the second half, Morris finds Bradshaw again. And what a finish from Tom Bradshaw. Now, when we brought him in, I knew we were bringing in a quality striker who knows the EFL so well. And he's 3 ratings higher than Paul Mullin as well. And when we did sign him, we would say that we would give him, crucial game time, which I can't actually guarantee because Mullin is, it's Paul Mullin. I can't drop him. But maybe we might have to look into potentially playing a 2 up top system. After those first couple of games, I wasn't feeling the 4-3-3 too much. I'm obviously not going to sack it off just yet. It's very early doors. But we wanted to test out the 4-2-3-1 formation here. And so far, it seems quite well. It seems to be working quite well. We're creating quite a few chances. After we grab that second goal, we make a bunch of changes. Luke Bolton being one of them. And, well, what a chance that was for 3-0. But again, Bolton, he needs to work on his shooting. Unfortunately, he misses, but luckily it doesn't affect the result, and we come away with a 2-0 win in Mansfield. So very happy with the result. First half an hour or so, we were under pressure from the host, but I felt like we grew into the game. And the formation, the slight change in formation, the 4-2-3-1 it felt pretty decent. So if you think we should maybe rock that formation in the league, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to alter it. It's not a crazy change. We currently play a 4-3-3 with one of the midfielders kind of playing as a cam already. So I'm quite happy to maybe try out that formation a couple times in the league, as both Morris brothers come to us and say, look, they're happy with the game time they're getting, which is good. I love it, bit of a family affair down here in Wrexham. I love that they're getting game time. And then Jewis and Bennett, we actually put him on a development plan to get him into a left winger role. He now has completed that development, so he goes up to a 70 rated player, and then we put him on the wide playmaker development plan just to boost those stats a little bit. But like I said, I'm feeling like we need to change something slightly, maybe in the tactics, because I feel like my wide players, the first couple of games, weren't too involved in the game. That game against Mansfield, we made the rotations, we made the slight change to the formation, and it felt good. As we put Luke Bolton on inverted wide midfielder role here, because we need to improve this guy's strike, and he's getting into good positions, but he can't finish, my word. Sam Dalby's move to Northampton is confirmed for £260,000, and then we reject a bid from Hull here for our captain Aaron Hayden, and then a couple of bids for Jones and Luke Young. Both are on the transfer market, but both destinations were unrealistic. Like, we want to make this a realistic career mode, so destinations for sales of players will only be realistic destinations. Well, that'll be it for today's episode. We've kicked off League One. Bit of a stuttering start, a draw and a loss in the league, but it's expected. It's going to take some time to for the new players to gel. We've progressed to the next round of the EFL Cup. Drop a like on the series if you're enjoying it. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do regarding the formation, if you think I should change to a 4-2-3-1, and I'll see you in episode 23 very soon.